My name is London Rain. Thank you for joining me in my studio. Today we'll talk about the 8 most important mindsets that I developed so far on my way to becoming an independent full-time music producer. This stuff really helped me to stay mentally stable, stay motivated to keep going. It helped me to promote myself with confidence. It helped me to connect with other producers and a lot more. Actually, making the music is one side of it, but this stuff is the other and it's rarely talked about, so let's get into it. This might be tough to accept because everyone's their own main character, but nobody gives a f about you. Nobody really cares about what you do. Nobody's world revolves around you yet. There's so much content everywhere, so much stuff going on in everybody's lives that it'll take a person like 5 minutes to forget about that. Big plans for 2023 or we going up this year post that you made to get people excited. Big words never really meant anything, but they're becoming more and more irrelevant. I used to post screen grabs from my videos on IG thinking people would care enough to take the time to go over to my YouTube and actually watch the video. I used to do long intros on here thinking anybody would still be excited after 30 seconds of nothing really happening. Put less effort into teasing things and more time into just finishing something and releasing it. Because unless you have like a massive fan base, nobody will really care about a post that can't be visually or sonically consumed. The oversaturation of the market really forces us to give the viewer the info that they want as fast as possible because they simply don't care enough about you to wait for it. So whether you're posting a video, a song, a beat or whatever, just get to the point, don't talk too much, don't tease too much, make the viewer care. I made music long before I started making these videos. Problem was I never really posted about it or released anything because I just wanted it to be perfect. But again, you'll never really get anywhere if you just tease stuff in your story because, as I said, people just don't care enough about you and they will forget about it a few seconds later. So I started posting videos on this channel and packs on Patreon every week to just get used to putting stuff out. Forcing myself to do so every week really freed me from the chains of perfection and taught me to let go of things and just put them out because I had to. Again, nobody would really care if I didn't post anything today. You're doing this just for yourself. Releasing things constantly also helps you to build a portfolio on your socials. The first thing that people that you want to connect with are going to check out is your Instagram, TikTok or whatever. If there's nothing to check out, they might never hit you back at all, so just look at content as a sort of application to showcase your skills. This is kind of connecting back to what I just said, but you're essentially a product that you want to sell. We as music producers want to monetize our skills. So just like all the big companies, we have to advertise what we do. There's nothing wrong with self-promo as long as it's authentic, and I think you almost can't go without it nowadays. It really helped me to make short videos about what I can do to show potential customers what they're paying for and who they're paying. Whenever people try to connect with me, the first to third message usually is let's work. And I totally get it. Whenever I'm hitting up somebody that I really respect as a creative, I just feel the urge to want to make something with them instantly, but that's just not how it works. We all have lives, we're all working already, so you can't expect anybody to free up their schedule to work on something with you after just 1 minute of texting. Let that person know that you f with what they do without any expectations, just genuine love for their work. And it might take a couple of days for them to answer, maybe they never will. I know that it's hard, but nobody's obligated to answer you or work with you, so you just have to play the waiting game. Of course, patience for your career to unfold is necessary as well, but I think we all know that by now. I'm really antisocial. I don't like to go out. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to text. All things that don't really affect my career as a music producer in a positive way. Just about 2 weeks ago, I got invited to a session and my old self was telling me to say no, but I forced myself to say yes and it was an amazing experience. Ever since I forced myself to do these videos, reach out to people, hop on calls, go to sessions, my work has been affected in so many positive ways. So I encourage you to fight that thing that's holding you back from whatever it is. Step out of your comfort zone and stop missing out on essential experiences. As I said, before I started making videos on YouTube, I was making music by myself alone in my room. But as soon as you start publicly posting about whatever you do, you will get exposed to numbers. Numbers in the form of followers, likes, and shares are meant to show you how good or bad your content is. And the more stuff you post and the longer you're doing it, you actually start to believe that to be true. There are so many reasons for the stuff that you publish to not get the numbers that it deserves. And it definitely does not mean that it isn't of high enough quality at all. I know that it's really tough to accept. Even I get discouraged by numbers sometimes and start to question my content. But as soon as you start creating things without the thought of that and just make what you want to make and what you're passionate about, you will find your audience, which is a lot stronger than just hopping on trends and having people follow you because of that. Going public with your art not only exposes you to numbers, but also to other people seeing what you do and having their opinions on it. Experiencing people saying stuff about what you love with a purely negative intent is never cool, especially after making music for multiple years and only showing it to friends and family to tell you how great you are. But that's not the type of criticism that I want to talk about, because sadly, that's just something that you have to learn to ignore. The longer I'm doing what I'm doing, the more I start to value constructive criticism. I used to feel attacked when people just tried to help me be better and gave me their honest opinions and feedback. As soon as I looked at it from a different angle and used those words to my advantage, I became so much stronger in my craft. I know that it feels weird to get critiqued on something that you might have tried to perfect over multiple days, but having the willingness and openness to learn from anybody, anytime, will make you unstoppable. I know that especially when you're starting out, you see all these big producers in their fancy studios with every plugin in existence, multiple synths, expensive gear, and you start to feel like you can't be great without this stuff. I know that because it's the reason why this synth right here is standing behind me. I bought it without really having the money for it, and it didn't help the quality of my production at all. Be smart with your money and be smart with your investments. Don't get me wrong, there's absolutely no shame in wanting to have something new every now and then, but just really take the time and think about if you actually need it, and if so, look for the cheapest way to get it. That's all I have for today. You're a real one if you're still watching. I definitely want to make this a series with a new version every 6 to 12 months, sharing new things that I learned regarding my mindset that'll hopefully help you on your journey as well. I just uploaded an unreleased sample plus stamps to my Patreon. You can support what I do over there or right here by liking or subscribing. As always, I really appreciate you taking your time watching this, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Love.